So, happy Halloween everyone, and today obviously, as it is Halloween, we're going to be doing a Halloween special video. Obviously, as you can tell by the title, it's going to be the 5 most scariest symbiotes in the Marvel Universe, and obviously anything, it's going to be from Venom, at like the 2 movies, and obviously from the comic books as well. So if you do enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. Hope you have a good Halloween, and let's get into it. So there are many symbiotes in the MCU, well, Marvel, not the MCU yet, but Marvel, like comics and stuff, that are very scary, and their appearances are very terrifying, and I have 5 here today that I think are the most terrifying in Marvel. So the first one that I think is the most terrifying is someone called Scream. Now, she is a female symbiote, and she has the same abilities as Venom and Spider-Man. She uses her hair as her main source of combat, and yeah, she's just a very terrifying symbiote. She is the leader of the symbiotes on obviously their planet. They all got kicked off obviously, but she was the leader of her symbiotes. Obviously, there is the king, and he is in this video. He is the guy that made the symbiotes, so he rules them. But yeah, Scream was made the leader of the symbiotes in the Marvel comics, and she is up there with the most powerful symbiotes in Marvel. So yeah, and her appearance is terrifying. There's obviously pictures on screen now. If you see her, she is very terrifying. She is a terrifying symbiote, and she is very powerful as well, and could probably take on Carnage and many other symbiotes in this list. So the next one we have on the list, who could appear in the MCU in the future, maybe Venom 3, maybe if there's going to be any more Spider-Man films, which I probably will after No Way Home, I think will appear if Venom is with Spider-Man, and it's Anti-Venom. Now, Anti-Venom is in many games. He is in Web of Shadows, the Spider-Man game, and he is in other Spider-Man games as well. I think he is in Ultimate Spider-Man as well, the TV show. So he has made appearances in Marvel shows before, but he obviously hasn't made his on-screen cinema debut yet, and I think he will make it soon in Venom 3. Obviously, there is going to most likely be a Venom 3 after in Let There Be Carnage. We got many hints pointing to that there will be a Venom 3, but no, I do think that Anti-Venom, he is very scary, and arguably probably the most powerful symbiote, obviously behind their leader Null, and obviously Scream, well, probably stronger than Scream, but Anti-Venom is obviously white and black, and he is terrifying, he's scary. His appearance is amazing. I love how he looks, but I do think in Marvel he is probably up there with probably the most scariest symbiotes there is in Marvel. And yeah, he is obviously very powerful. He does have the same abilities as Venom. He actually has the same abilities as Carnage, just more enhanced than Carnage's abilities that we see in Let There Be Carnage. So yeah, Anti-Venom's on this list because his appearance is scary. His abilities are very scary as well. If you thought Carnage's abilities and Let There Be Carnage was scary, then the Anti-Venoms are even worse. So yeah, that's why I have Anti-Venom in the list. Now the next person we have we've just seen him, obviously, in the film Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, and it is obviously Carnage. Now, I thought Carnage is amazing. He's probably my top 3 favourite symbiotes. I loved Carnage in the comics, and obviously we saw him in Let There Be Carnage. I thought Woody Harrelson played a great role playing Cletus Cassidy, and obviously Carnage as well. I thought Carnage was causing havoc. I thought obviously his fight in the last half an hour of the film with Venom was amazing, and I think Carnage is scary. His appearance is scary, and obviously his appearance is cool as well, but his appearance is scary as well. When we first see him, when he breaks out of the prison, where he breaks Cletus Cassidy out of the prison, and we see that jump scare when Carnage like roars when he comes out of the room. And yeah, I think Carnage is a very scary villain or symbiote. I think his abilities are scary as well when he does that, like what we saw when he went up in the air and spun around. I thought that ability was amazing. I think when he throws the daggers out of him into Venom, what we saw in the last battle, I thought that was amazing as well. His roar is incredibly scary and very bloody loud, and his roar is very loud. And yeah, I think that's what makes Carnage a scary symbiote and one of the most terrifying in Marvel. Or now we can classify it as obviously on movie we've seen him on screen now, and I thought he was absolutely amazing and terrifying at some points as well. So that's why Carnage is on the list. Now the next one that we on the list is Mania. Now Mania is does look like Venom in a way, and it does symbolize Venom a lot. Obviously, it is the black symbiote, and it is terrifying as well because kind of does symbolize Spider-Man in some ways. Obviously, it does have the same abilities as well. And I think that obviously there's not much to go a Mania, but I do think that he is in the top 4, obviously in this list of the most scariest. I think that he is terrifying. Obviously, we see him in the comics a lot with Scream, and we see him on his home planet with Null sometimes as well. But yeah, that's why I have Mania on the list. I thought they are a very scary symbiote, and hopefully we do see them in the future of the Marvel, hopefully in some sort of MCU project, maybe Multiverse of Madness, we see the symbiote's home planet or something like that. We see Venom, well, we're going to see Venom soon, No Way Home or Multiverse of Madness, whatever it is, we're going to see them soon in the MCU. And yeah, that's why I have Mania on the list. Now, the last person I have on this list is the king of, I couldn't leave the king of the symbiotes out, because he is arguably the most terrifying symbiote, or, well, technically a symbiote, but he is the most terrifying one there is. Now, Null is the king of the symbiotes, and he is terrifying. Obviously, his face, his whole like appearance is scary to, in the Marvel comics. Obviously, he is the king. He makes Scream the leader of the symbiotes, and I do think that Null is perfect suit for the king of the symbiotes. Now, he did win the symbiotic war as well, and yeah, he just ruled his symbiotes, and yeah, that's why I like Null as a character. I hope we do see him in some sort of project in the future, maybe like I just said, Venom 3 or something like that, like a cameo. Obviously, I thought in the post-credit scene of Let There Be Carnage she was going to talk about Null and his home planet, but no, obviously we got something even better, and that was Spider-Man. So yeah, that is who I have on this list, because obviously he is the king, the most powerful, the best abilities out of all of them, probably the most scariest abilities that we've seen from symbiotes, and yeah, his appearance is just terrifying like the rest of these symbiotes. So tell us what other symbiotes down below that are terrifying to you, and what symbiotes you like in Marvel. I hope you have a good Halloween, and goodbye.